Hello. Give me 1 second to make sure everything is good with Ronnie. Okay, great. Oh, shit, where are buttons? That's where buttons are. Um, nope. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Speak for a second. I gotta adjust volume things.
I'm speaking. This is me when I'm so speaking, core.
Okay,
I'm talk
cool.
filled.
Cool. Let me pause the music and start the actual video game. I've had to keep changing the audio on my computer, so I was a little like, I don't know, what's happening.
You're good.
Because Nancy Drew 7 Keys or whatever is the quietest game I've ever... Why is this opening on this... Wait a minute. This is opening on the wrong screen, and I don't know how to fix this. Hold on. It's, like, completely the wrong screen, and I can't, like, see it well. How do I even change...
I can see the stream fine, so
Uh,
I'm good.
Options. Maybe if I move... Window. Yeah. Cool. Let me move it. And then try to turn it on borderless again. Okay, that worked. Great. I love... I don't even know what that is. Improvise, overadapt, overcome. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. All of those. All at once.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm just looking at the audio and like, is this enough? We're gonna have to figure it out. Let me open Sound Mixer real quick because I think it needs to be louder. This is fun. This is my favorite game.
We love it.
Okay, great.
I mean, this is my favorite game. This is one of my favorite games, unironically, but like that's just like...
I'm having
I'm
fun
special.
adjusting audio and you're just excited about Turnabout Serenade.
Maybe I am. I don't care if everyone hates this case. I like to see Clavier be sad.
It's not that I hate this case. It's that we've been playing this case since like October.
Oh, yeah, no. That's very fair. I had to graduate, so...
You did. To the point where...
And I've done that now.
To the point where I've been playing it in a server and we're about to start Turnabout Serenade and I was like, we can't start until Ronnie and I finish because I can't play Turnabout Serenade twice at once.
Yeah, no, that's completely my bad because again, I kind of had to lock down and just like for example,
really
so I
did.
just finished my merch order for summer cons and prints. I might just have to do like the 3 things I've drawn in the past 6 months and then like maybe 1 or 2 new things.
I'm kind of over Prince.
I'm not,
over
but that's
Prince.
a bit different because you know me.
Yeah, I do, but I'm over Prince. Hold on, I'm looking at...
That's fair.
I'm making sure I know where we are in the,
I sell prints, I feel like, fairly well.
I don't.
But that's fair. Your merch does. But also, I just, I love making prints.
I do.
Is my thing. So it's kind of like
Alright.
I can't really get out of there.
Found where we
I just-
are.
I just did not draw shit this spring because,
Mm-hmm. I didn't do
horrors.
anything, I just didn't draw. I hope that helps.
Yeah,
No reason, just like, didn't.
I get it.
I
And
took
then
like...
got ghosted, and then I got ghosted in that interview today. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I did like 4 job aptitude tests today, and all of them were like, your top hit is like... Wait, I actually took screenshots and was sending them to someone.
Okay.
Because I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Costume attendance.
Okay.
Animator. 3D rigger.
That's me. So animator's me.
Storyboarder. Fine artists,
Maybe.
including painters, sculptors, illustrators. Makeup artists. Film and video editors. Special effects artists and animators. Interior designer. Graphic designer. Art director. Writer. I was like... But like this doesn't help me because I can't get jobs none of those jobs I can
You
get.
could. I don't know how many graphics you've done for zines that you're still proud of.
2
You could
maybe.
you could technically do a decent design portfolio.
It's just like even then it's like I don't really like doing graphics and like
Oh yeah, no,
I don't
me
think
neither.
I
When I
actually
tried to
do have a portfolio that's good enough for it, especially compared to people who like actually did any classes and I'm just fucking around and finding out on Canva. Well, and
Yeah.
also Affinity now, but like like everyone's trying to get jobs and no one's hiring. So, it really is situations out here.
As an animator, it's fucked. It's
Yeah,
all
there were
fucked.
like 4 or 5 animating jobs on every... Whoa, it's glitching for me. What is it doing? Is it flickering for you? It's not flickering on the screen.
The
Stream.
screen isn't. No, it isn't.
Oh, it's flickering for me. That's good.
I know, animation industry bad right now.
Yeah.
Scary, and I don't
One
like
of them
it.
was straight up like, you could do video games, and I was like, in this economy? In this game industry? No, I
It's just
can't.
a lot, and a lot of the animation jobs that do exist right now are literally,
In California?
not even that, but a lot of them are 3D.
Yeah, that's true. I truly just don't have enough in me to do this. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know, the ghosted interview was fucking crazy. I just sat there for a half hour, then I was like, yeah, no, I did what I could. So.
No, that's not good. That's not a good sign.
And I sent a message like, hey, shoddy. That's not what I said, but it should have been.
Oh, man. Alright, are you ready to play some of this case? I think we're almost done, right?
I think we're actually about to finish, so yeah, we can finish it tonight.
I think we might have just gotten so tired last week. If anyone is like, wow, Taya seems tired and bad at words, it's because I am very slowly drinking a Mike's Harder.
And considering Taya is so tiny, it just kind of hits you like a truck a little bit.
It does, and like, I don't drink that much alcohol, so I haven't built up a tolerance ever. Mostly it just makes me sleepy and bad at typing.
My meds, yeah, the bad at typing thing is my favorite part about when you're even remotely tipsy, considering I pinned it. Remember, ooh,
yes.
3 days?
Yeah,
the pinned message. That's one of my favorite things you've ever said to me, maybe.
I'm glad.
Really good. Ooh, 3 days. To be fair, I do get sleepy after a point. I typically don't drink anyway too much, just because I do just like being tipsy alone's not fun.
That's fair.
Taking an edible alone is kind of fun because I can just like watch YouTube and be like, holy shit, these guys are moving on the screen. But if I'm tipsy, I'm just gonna go to bed. If I'm alone, I'm just like, all right, good night. Like
I felt so bad the one time I was like with friends and like everyone was drinking and I reached a point I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep. Like, everyone have fun. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, no, the few times, whenever I'm at a party with Heather's friends, it's a good thing that I'm, like, part of the group, my girlfriend's friends, because, like, whenever, I get too gone, even, like, a little bit, just because my meds make it so I'm such a lightweight, and, like, I don't need much to get high or drunk. So, like, I end up, just, like, falling asleep on my girlfriend during the party, and I'm just like, I'm here now. So.
Good night!
This is where I'm gonna be.
I love all of the big warning signs on Mike's Harder as if it's anything more than 8% alcohol.
Oh yeah, I love Mike's Harder. Just because it is like, it's the perfect amount for me that gets me like just a little buzzed if I have one. But like,
I just think it's funny that to have all the warning signs for 8%.
Oh yeah, like it's so much better.
It says
so much stronger.
Mike. I didn't see this before because it kind of blends into the background. Mike's is hard, so is prison.
Oh yeah, no, that's on all their shit.
I didn't
It's like on
see
their website too.
I've never seen this before. That's so funny.
I saw because I was on their website once trying to see like if the Mike's Harder. This was like I think last year when I like had just gotten my ID and I was in like not like a spree of buying alcohol, but like I wanted to do it a few times just because it's fun. It was before the novelty wore off, and I was trying to see if they had the Mike's Harder like box set with all the flavors at like a store near me. And on their website, I think there's like a legal thing where they have to do that disclaimer, and that's their way of saying to drink legally.
It's so funny. Okay.
Yeah, so Mike is hard, I guess, so that's good for him, I guess.
Mike's is hard, and so is prison.
I don't think he needs to tell us that. Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
But, like...
Anyway, speaking of prison, Ace Attorney.
You're her, right?
Yes. Her voice, I don't know, so it's gonna change. It's gonna change. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. This is me. This is me too. I was like, which one of us is Apollo? Because we throw him back and forth like
trials,
a bouncy ball.
We switch, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized if you're listening, I can use the VODs now on AA4 to track my fucking T voice.
Yeah,
since I think there'll be a noticeable jump from last stream to now.
Yeah, I have to get VODs up. I've been slowly chipping away at Nancy Drew, but I have so many because like I still have like 20 something Nancy Drew ones to upload.
Yeah.
And then I have like all of ours and 2 more Layton games and verses. And all of 999. Like, I have so many and I'm so bad. So the other day, someone commented something like, the talking over the dialogue is so annoying. And I was like, why'd you watch 6 episodes then? All we do is talk about things that aren't related. So if that's not people's thing, you gotta tap out at minute 2.
I think we're just hanging out.
We're certainly not here to play video games quickly.
We're here to hang out.
We're certainly not playing video games in any, like, reasonable manner.
Don't worry about it. This is what a lot of the big boy streamers do. They just already have the clout.
True.
Lamawa was bound to secrecy. It's going to take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. I think I know why she was up there, but how do I prove it?
I don't know. Great question. What do we have? That's my favorite thing about not about like taking a long
coming
time
back
between
and being like, so what do we got?
badge
Like, what?
lyrics.
Oh, did you ever notice the Gorl on Clavier's keys? It was brought up a bit on Twitter recently.
Yes.
If you
yes.
like, yeah,
Gorl. There it is.
Rosie is staring at the cabinet that has
It's a
her catnip.
guitar.
Rosie, I'm not giving you catnip right now.
I love Trucy being like,
No.
I could get out of handcuffs. Don't worry about it.
Rosie is meowing for weed.
Oh, Rosie, no. I can't remember what we're
Rosie.
supposed to click here.
Rosie, not right now. It's so
Let's press
it's
some
early in the
things.
evening, girl. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell a difference in my voice, because to be fair, it's definitely subtle, but some people have told me they've noticed.
It's harder to tell purely because we're over audio, like Discord.
Also true.
So like,
Also true.
but also I'm sure if
You
I
can let
like
me know.
compared, I would probably tell.
Also, you can let me know when
Yeah, when we
hang
see
out
each
in
other in a
person.
month.
And I've been told, yeah. So key update while you think about what we're doing.
Yeah.
I've been on it since January, February, so it's been about
3 months?
4 months.
3, 4?
Four, I think. I think it was mid-January. So about 4. Let's just say 4. I already gave up on doing the this is my voice blank on T because I forgot month 1 and then just stopped. So I'm just letting it happen. I'm doing a really bad job of it. My face got a bit sharper, my voice has dropped, but nothing. I'm seeing individual slightly darker facial hairs, but I can tell it'll be
a while.
another half a year to
Yeah.
a year before I start seeing anything actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. Some of these
And
are
then
slower.
actually, luckily, yeah, and then of course actual face change and voice drop, that won't be severe until a year or 2.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I actually haven't gotten bad breakouts of anything. Maybe it's because of the combination with the hormones and my birth control. My face has actually been clear. My skin's been clearer.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
which
good.
is odd, but anyway.
Anyway.
You heard the gunshots during the second set, during your performance. You're quite sure?
Yes. Why would I lie about the time?
Why didn't you tell us this yesterday?
You could ask this to every Ace Attorney witness.
Yeah, you could just say this.
Ah, shit. What is the history tab? T. No one asked me. I thought you all knew. Girl, no one knows shit here.
My voice cracked there. That's the other thing. My voice also might crack here and there. I
That's
am
fine.
in teenage. I am a bit teenage boy mode right now.
You know what? Real of you. I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times.
Yes, you did. But you never told us why.
I'm sorry. I was not able to speak of it.
Unable or unwilling?
talking, Apollo. What do we do?
We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she's bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. But if I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it. Okay, we have to, I think, show something from the trick.
But how are you going to do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up above the ceiling, too.
I love the idea that Trucy has already figured this out because she is also a magician and she thinks like a magician.
She's just kind of talking to like prod him there.
Yeah, she's like trying to gently nudge him without him knowing what's happening. So she's just like, gosh, Apollo. But she was there, singing. How could she be, like, you know, just like, she's like, man, that's so weird. I wonder, X, Y. She's like trying to gently just like nudge him. Gentle nudges. You can figure it out, Apollo.
Yes, she could. I've got a theory as to why, too. And maybe I've got the evidence to prove it.
Okay, so let's go back to that one and present. Probably this.
Yeah.
Wow, a music stop.
Llama
Guys,
Wa,
we won.
Yeah, I know.
truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance.
What happened?
Yes, it's all right
Yeah, what
here on
happened?
this video.
Yeah, what happened?
What
Someone
happened?
tell
Oh,
me. What
there
happened?
he is. There he is.
This happened!
There he is. Oh my god, they look so bad.
I love the like harsh black outline on like every section of his hair.
Everything about her looks bad.
I like that her eyes are open and she's not. I like that her eyes are just so open in that one. I love that lyric too. Wah.
Oh, there are his fingers going through the strings.
You know how you play guitar.
Oh, I love the chunky smoke.
The chunky smoke is like actually that's just unironically shaped. I like it.
Oh, it looks like is her. Oh, it clipped a little. That's why. I was like, it does. Oh.
I love how her eyes are open the whole time and she doesn't blink, and then it cuts to CGI where her eyes are closed.
I love
I still love this.
I love how large Clav is because he looks too large.
Oh, you're right. The scale.
The scale's so fucked.
But to be fair, we also have that CG art of Lamour where
Stop.
she's way too.
Listen. We can't talk too much about the art in this case because it's not good, and I feel bad for saying it, but I think I'm allowed to.
It's like, hey, dude, the people who did it, like the art itself, like the style, like the
art style is fine, but like when. But like
you
even
scaled them all wrong.
But even when like I looked at like the backgrounds outside the concert center and it like looked like shit.
Like the clavier, like where the poster can't tell what's going on.
God. And I'm sure like there was crunch time and stuff, but it's just one of those things where you're like, this is like a big game, and this background looks like ass. Yeah. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
As we can see, Lamawa was clearly not on stage for her entire performance.
Ah.
Though it saddens me to be so realistic. Lamawa is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view.
This is another reason Clav shouldn't be, like, prosecuting this case for 10,000 reasons. But he knows this, and he just hasn't been sharing because it's like, well, I'm not supposed to say, we're in a murder trial, all of you, we're in a murder trial right now, can we get some fucking priority here?
Literally.
Can I get some like, can we please, like, take a step back from your magician code? Someone's dead.
Yeah.
I feel that way about so many things in Ace Attorney. I'm like, hey guys, someone died. Can we focus?
Real.
And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum.
Apollo!
What, Trucy?
It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules.
Someone is dead! But I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be nice.
I don't think she believes that. She's like, Apollo's like, I'm not supposed to be nice. And she's like, you're failing then. You're doing a bad job then.
This is all very fascinating. But how is it possible?
Don't worry about it.
There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't move that fast.
She's Sonic.
Yeah. Something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed, and I don't know why he's throwing a fit about us revealing it to the court, because someone's dead, man.
Oh. Judge went, aha, but I accidentally clicked past it.
You're good.
He's just realizing his own oversight.
He's so fucking tall in that image. I guess he is tall. He's one of the tallest characters.
Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage to the rear of the forum.
This is still an insane distance to get in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to, like, crawl.
She had, like, a little Vespa down there.
Doesn't she have to crawl, though? Like, girl, how? She
yeah,
is
true.
Sonic. And, like, I assume, like, she had to climb. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that
they,
that
like, coat the
frame...
fucking vent with, like, oil so she can just, like, slide.
She, like, swims along it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying she couldn't. I'm saying that...
All I can say is that I would have a heart attack and be crying trying to get there on time.
Well, because we had a transition in... I did Susicle, which meant we did some weird things with staging. And so one of those things was the cat having to jump off, run backstage mid-song, and then he ran up the stairs... because we had a balcony, so you ran up the stairs, down the hall, and then had to pop out at the front of the balcony in maybe like a verse and a half, and it was so stressful every time because we were just like, I fucking hope the cat is where he needs to be.
Yeah.
And like that was a high school production, and it wasn't there was like the climbing was a flight of stairs, and it was just sprint through the hallways, not wiggle through a vent, you know? Like, it was maybe 2 verses, so it was a very short period of time, but it wasn't, like, this involved. So, girl, I mean, it's impressive, especially for a woman who is blind. I mean, I guess it's not, like, it's only one direction, but, like, the climbing up part, like, I wonder how long they practiced that for her to know exactly where all the holds are to go fast enough without having sight.
Damn.
Or she's just, you know, maybe she's just used to this. Maybe through the amnesia, she suddenly became great at this. Yeah, it truly.
Oh, the stream is lagging, so I yelled very slow.
Recall Lamawa's testimony from yesterday. Hold on, let me drop you, because I think it's probably projecting this pretty big. No, you're at 30, so that's probably fine. Stream quality, no, it said slow. It's just Discord being
it was just,
slow.
It didn't, like, actually seriously glitch.
Discord's stream has, I just feel like, not been as awesome lately.
I think, didn't they, like, move things? I feel like they changed something so like, Nitro wasn't automatic, like, basic Nitro wasn't getting
I have
the,
better
like,
Nitro
HD.
now.
Okay, then I don't know.
I don't either. Thank you, sir. We don't need to read this. We saw this 2 minutes ago. Hello?
She went from the stage to the backstage exit.
Okay, cool. I heard like
Sorry.
a disconnect noise on my side, and I was like, hello? I wanted to make sure everything was okay, but it looks like we're fine.
Perfect description of this route above the ceiling.
Lamawa knew of this because of her part in the illusion, but she wasn't the only one who knew. Like, fucking everyone knew who was there.
Because, like, they would have to.
The crew would
so
have
many
to know.
reasons.
That's the thing. They don't show any crew in this game, and we've commented on this before, but there's no one backstage. For this kind of production, you would have so much crew hanging around.
Yeah. That was my favorite part, is after seeing Fall Out Boy, I don't know if you know, but they like had a bunch of like giant puppets and
Oh,
shit
cool.
going on. So like for this scene they bring out like a giant dog head that looks like the dog on the like cover.
Yeah.
And like the mouth moves and sings the chorus with everyone in the audience. And it's actually a puppeteered by like a guy far back with who has strings to like open the jaw, since it's like so fucking big.
Mhm.
And Fall Out Boy did like a behind the scenes thing of how they did all the puppets and shit, and like the crew members and the costumes. So like, and that's like a concert where no one fucking teleports. So that's a lie. Pete once teleported, and I forgot he did that, and it scared me. Well, he wasn't doing it. Like, I'm sure he might have just gone down off the stage and like ran into the crowd. I just was focusing on like the actual fucking.
Oh no,
singing.
real. That's the whole thing. Like,
And
you
then,
just
like-
distract
and then, like,
people so
yeah.
they don't see what
I was,
happened.
I was looking at Patrick. He's the one singing the damn song, and then there's like a spotlight movement. I was like, "How the fuck you get over there?"
When'd you go?
He's in
When'd
the
you
crowd
leave,
now.
buddy?
God, that was. I don't know if I told you what our 8 ball was, right?
Yes.
4th of fucking July. Not that far after Doldrums either. It actually was the funniest thing ever. Anyway, I'm normal about that. That was fun. What?
Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something. I guess.
Okay, yeah. Event, yes.
Oh, Rosie, stop scratching at the door.
Rosie.
I'm not giving her attention, so she's like, I need to run away.
I have to leave home.
She actually, no, literally, and I think it's also because Heather left, and she's just like, here's the thing. Stop scratching! Alright, I'm going to pick her up in a sec, just because she's like, she is so upset that I'm not, like, giving her weed or letting her run into the street right now. Heather likes to take her outside, like, with a little harness.
Yes.
And what she does apparently every time is she like loves the grass, she rolls around in the grass, eats the grass, and then always then is like, I need to walk into the road right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be like, no. See the first part of that was okay, girl. But we can't do that part. We don't go on the highway. We don't do that. But she wants to so bad. I don't know if you can hear any meows.
I can't right now.
Rosie. Okay. I'm petting her so that she knows that I don't hate her. He says that?
Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin?
What'd you do, Nate? Hello, Nate.
Nate.
Sorry about your hip,
Sorry
Nate.
about your hip. Yeah.
I knew about the vanishing, of course.
I didn't tell you because fuck you.
Yet I had no idea the route that would be used. That seems also wrong.
I just think that he would have seen her, like, because they had to have practiced it so many times that just, like, he would have seen her go down, and there's kind of, like, only one way. Like, even if he was not in there, he has to assume, like, oh, she crawls somewhere and appears at, like, if he looked at the map, he would have fucking figured it out.
Rosie's
Long
on my
arm.
lap now. World peace. Say hi to Rosie, everyone.
Rosie.
She is happy now. Her tail's doing the little, like,
Aww.
her tail, you know, like when cats do that when they're really happy and their tail's like vertical with like the little bend at the tip, and that means they're like really happy.
Yes.
Yeah, she's kind of doing that at me now. Why didn't that magician tell me? I don't know, man. You probably should have known.
Pay more attention,
Magicians-
maybe.
Yeah, maybe he did. Have you considered maybe he did tell you? Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know.
I mean, with complete respect to magicians, this is not like a magician-specific trick. This is a pretty basic stage trick to use a trapdoor and then show up somewhere else. So, like, musicals use this. So, anyway, I'm just saying, like, maybe do something cooler.
Which is why he bound Lamawa to
Secrecy. Like, I'm just saying, this isn't a very impressive trick. It's cool, but it's not, like, crazy, you know?
It's like 2 steps up from what Pete Wentz did.
Literally.
In front of me.
He, like, it's just used, because that's the whole point. Like, why else would there be those trap doors there? Unless he made those trap doors, which is not something you can just do.
Yeah.
Unless he built them into the stage at the stadium himself.
So
Like,
hardworking.
yeah, I don't know what
He
the
was an
situation
engineer.
with this stage is, if it's like the stage that just happens. Like, I don't know how this worked for this situation, but like, I assume that this stage just had it built in already. And he just did some of the effects, like the moving cape.
Well, Lamawa,
I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about you.
So, what does this mean?
What Machi said? I don't remember.
Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that, but I'm still a little confused.
why's that, Your Honor?
As I said before,
Oh. I love how often they clip to it, because we're supposed to be impressed.
That's the part
But
that
it
kills
looks
me
like
is when her
that.
head. That's the part that kills me is when her head tilts down
Uh-huh.
and her eyes are just so open.
The 20 seconds tops. How could she do it so
how
fast?
could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice.
That's true. She did stop.
That's
I forget what-
That's a good question.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I forget. So
LOL, no.
Very well, Mr. Justice.
I'm kind of obsessed with how much they let witnesses get away with, because, like, this isn't, like, accurate to US courts, and I don't know how accurate all of it is to Japanese courts, despite it being slightly more accurate. I love how often, like, the judge can be like, I asked you a direct question, and the witness can just be like, no. Like, it's constant, you know? I
Yeah.
feel like in the US, a lot of judges wouldn't let witnesses get away with that.
Yes?
It's all up to you. Do your thing.
Yeah, I asked you a direct question. You sure did. Like, they're always just like, well, they said they won't answer, so I guess the defense attorney has to fuck around and find out.
What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lamoa was able to, able to teleport like she did.
Because I'm not gonna let her tell you.
Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Why do I get picked on? It's Lamawa who isn't going along with the program here.
As I have stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would, please.
It's so funny that she's like, yeah, I'll talk to it, but you have to say it first.
yeah.
Right.
Also, I love this sprite because the shadow makes him look like he's wearing a superhero mask.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo.
Thanks, girl. The big illusion.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand waited.
So, a stagehand knew.
From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. 2 minutes is, like... That's more realistic than 20 seconds. What I'm saying is that's a long
you're
fucking
saying.
ass song. Obviously, there are
Yeah.
songs that are long. But for most songs, 2 minutes is, like, half the song. Or more. In this age of TikTok music.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, that's like, I would not
have staged a trick that involves my main singer not being on stage for two whole minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. Not me nitpicking Ace Attorney.
I mean,
That's all I
what
do
else
with my
is there
life.
to do?
Certainly not get a better job.
Oh, God. I hope, I was gonna, I hope you get one that is better.
I hope you get one at all, which I know is aiming low, but I feel like it's safer to aim low and be surprised than for me to be like, I hope you succeed in all of your dreams when it's this right now.
Yeah, literally. All right.
I do hope you succeed in all of your dreams, but if we're being realistic, I do just want you to get a job.
That's how I feel right now. That's why I'm applying to like graphic designer and shit, where it's like I did just get a BFA in animation, but also if I don't get more work, I will.
You gotta pay rent.
I have a lot saved up. I've got a lot saved up. I'm good for at least, especially the summer.
Yeah.
But I would not like that to be the case.
Yeah.
I would like to have more funds and the promise of paychecks that aren't just like my weekend job, because I can always ask them for more shifts, but it's never going to be more than like a few extra, like just
yeah, for
part-time
sure.
2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamawa is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I am a magician after
I forgot
all.
that was canon. We were talking about earlier, like, oh, I bet Trucy knows. Yeah, that's canon, and we both forgot about it.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance.
Thank you for nothing, Trucy.
I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here.
She's not on anyone's side. She's just hanging out.
Yeah. And I think that's lovely.
I think we have to press here, but I don't remember what, so... I don't remember what to present, so we're just gonna press for now.
2 minutes.
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you are running.
Running in that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling?
Oh, Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me. How? But it's not that big, is it? It looks small. It looks like you'd have to crawl.
Tiny.
It looks like you'd have to crawl.
That's true, but...
So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lamawa disappears on the video for 20 seconds, but she says she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
If you want my professional opinion, I'll put the answers right there in the video.
You could also just tell me.
Well, Mr. Justice? Perhaps you have some evidence for us? Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony?
Evidence explaining the discrepancy?
You probably have it.
There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between the video and the testimony. Erg.
I think it's this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. Nate shows up to say her 2 trucy lines. Leaves.
Truly. But I get it.
Understandable.
Lamawa, do you happen to remember this brooch?
Aha, the brooch. We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor.
And you're bringing this up now. Why? I thought we had already determined when that was dropped.
If we did, I don't remember.
So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video.
Oh my god, stop showing it! It's God, and their big meaty hands. Oh! Sorry. They just really want you to stare at it for a long time.
God, this is just so...
It's so beautiful. The judge has lines because he's the judge. Hope that helps.
Here you can see she's wearing the brooch, I don't know.
So she is.
Let's look a bit later.
Don't look at her face. Oh, that's such a funny cut.
That's what I'm saying. It goes. It just.
And then it cuts
oh,
back
it's
to
so-
3D, and it's so funny.
It's beautiful.
What? The brooch. It's gone.
What?
Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short sequence. Nope. In the short space of 20 seconds.
Sequence.
And it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can only be one explanation. The Lamawa we see before the Vanishing Act and the Lamawa we see after are 2 different people.
Like, this just seems like a lot of work for a not that impressive trick.
Yeah.
I think a lot of singers do something similar, where they suddenly appear somewhere else. Like, who cares?
What?
The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene.
No, it was below, it was like in the dressing rooms, Nate.
And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lamawa, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes, I think I did.
Order! Prosecutor Gaffin!
From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Sir Judge. I, of course, knew about it.
I'm sick of him.
No! That's my cookie! So he's a cunt. Let him live.
What?
What?
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me. That's a switch and the shooting took place at the same time.
So, I was
No,
right?
my Pookie. No, I said he was my Pookie. He's my David girl and all fucking that. You know the fucking spiel. All of those things.
There was a switch?
There was.
They would
Okay, yeah, fine. He's my cookie. Oh, Rosie's on my keyboard. Oh, okay. There she is.
Rosie!
She wants to be online so bad.
Clavier, like, here's the thing. Clavier and Lamawa are literally just wasting time, because if they had just told us that this was what happened, if either of them had just told us, we could have saved, like, probably a few hours in the
Oh yeah, for
courtroom.
sure. Oh, for sure. Why are you yawning? Just before the stage's tower rose, Lamawa was replaced.
While we're on the subject, just who was this replacement Lamawar?
by the man behind the illusion. Valent Grammary.
It was grammary? That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing.
Oh, it's me. I just like totally zoned out looking at the guide. Sorry. Yes? I was trying to see how much we have left.
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage.
That's right.
But this fake Lamawa is still singing, and she's pretty good.
That's true.
Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. They were just playing a recording. The Gaviners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein. Oh? You mean I'm wrong? When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lamawar?
So now you guys can tell his shit? Come on. Very well. I guess fuck secrecy.
Yes, do tell. Not into your testimony.
I had to keep singing even while I moved.
The contradiction between Lamawa's testimony and the video. Unraveling an illusion can't be so different from solving a normal case, right?
Sorry, Apollo. I'm not telling. Not even if you make those puppy dog faces.
Fine, fine.
Like that one.
Fine.
Okay.
You were singing?
Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I used this.
Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward backstage?
Why should it matter where I sing, when everywhere I go is the same darkness? Because it's kind of
Damn.
wild, girl.
Like, damn, okay.
I mean, I guess, but...
But if you were singing while you were walking...
That's right. Wouldn't the shooter and victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads, after all.
That is right.
Oh. Are you sure?
You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling.
Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime.
What state?
Ah, I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker? The speaker was blaring at the time of the murder.
Wouldn't that create weird feedback? I guess maybe if the mic is only picking up, like, right where her mouth is. So this is possible. We don't need to... we don't need a flashback.
Satisfied?
I guess.
It's a dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. That's my request, actually.
So Lamawa singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lamawa singing over the speaker.
There would be a delay, but sure.
Genius, her voice was hidden by her voice.
Ah,
Lamawa?
I have just remembered something.
Do tell.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes, it startled me, so I
So you...
stopped singing.
What?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing.
The song stopped? Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice.
Forehead. It's that mixing board I lent you. Where is it?
The mixing... You think I'm carrying that around in my pockets? Dude, do you know how big mixing boards are?
That machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks.
Oh, this... I guess I am carrying it around. I'd completely forgotten about it. Let's take a listen.
What if this was just, like, Miku? You know?
What if?
God,
That'd be beautiful.
love when they cut to the 2D. And then back, and you're like, that's not his skin tone. God, I love the gray blob for the drummer. They were like, we're not fucking dealing with that. These lyrics suck so bad. I wonder if they're better in Japanese. But they had to, like, make it match exactly for this.
The song does stop there.
It does? I must have missed it.
Look at the lyrics sheet at the top of the second verse. See where it says, pleasure, pleasure. Now listen again. Do it again.
You know, it's everyone having fun. Again.
I'm, like, trying to see where she would actually disappear, and I'm like, I guess really early.
This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
I love how Clavier didn't, like, make a big fuss about this. And yet, for the other one, he was like, I'm gonna burn this place down with all of us inside if we don't figure out who was late for their cue.
The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamawa's ballad.
That is true. Then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
Which means that Darien Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set.
I love how they're saying second set as if they don't mean, like, song. She's not doing a set. She's doing a single song. And then at the end, they did one song. So did they just mean song? The second song? The last
Maybe
song?
their set was one song.
Can you imagine paying outrageous California concert prices for the biggest band in the world and hearing 3 songs? Violence, death. In this economy? With those Ticketmaster fees? Absolutely not.
God. I fucking leftover Chappelle Roan tickets on StubHub were like $350, and I was like, that's literally like more than I paid for my Ken. Like,
God, that's so
No.
much.
To be fair, at that point, they're definitely being resold.
Oh no, for sure,
to
for
their-
sure, for sure.
so
but-
like it's not like she was selling them for that. I'm pretty sure the actual price was under 100 normally. But I'm just like, well, but also like I really wanted to see her.
I understand.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin,
Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly.
Watch some other ones, buddy.
Yet one problem remains.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Our forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lemoire's testimony.
Dude, so many things we do are entirely based on testimony.
Yeah, this is court, and we are doing that. This is how Ace Attorney game works.
Yeah,
is there's lots
welcome
of
to the
testimony.
Ace Attorney
People go
game,
up and they
buddy.
talk.
Yes, is there a problem with this?
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant?
But you have no proof.
All I'm saying is that the truth is yet unclear. Until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man. You don't mean...
Yes. So he is a friend and band member. Darian Crescent must take the stand. And I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case?
As a suspect, to be frank.
Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. And I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice.
This is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess.
Ugh.
Prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well, court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess.
To be continued.
I
have to keep them very far away from each other so I don't accidentally click the wrong one.
Save complete. Great.
Yes. Please, we gotta get out of here, man.
Let us go.
Let me see. Oh my god. Oh my god, we have 10 sections left of the walkthrough.
Oh, Jesus.
July 10th, 1:40 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby 2.
I get why people think this is a bad case. I think it's so like just silly that it's kind of like the funniness kind of makes it worth it.
For me, I'm just like I wouldn't say like I have necessarily a long case makes things a problem. I get really annoyed when there's a lot of Ace Attorney cases have like a suspect being like, I won't tell you, but it's like so much of this case that I'm like, come on, guys, you know? It's just one of those things where I'm like, we could save time. But I know that's like a lot of Ace Attorney cases. It's just like, when it's a whole section of a case, I'm like, you could have just told me. That everything we've done so far tonight could have just been told to us in like 30 seconds. They just chose not to. And for no real reason, because then as soon as you figure it out, they're yep, we can talk about it. You know?
Paulo, I can't believe it. Really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamoir's performance?
The reason why she was in the air vent.
If it's an air vent, she can't fucking stand.
And that switch. And that flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with.
This is Phoenix.
Here you had what it took. Oh, the world is so beautiful. We live in such a wonderful time period. You know those tweets where like, I was actually born in the right period. I love the internet and like, you know, fill in the...
Yeah.
This is me. I was born the right time period. I love Phoenix.
Ah, Daddy!
Mr. Wright, you believed? Are you feeling okay?
Not really.
That's what I thought. Huh?
Just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say,
Why do I even bother hoping?
Where have you been lately, Daddy?
He's like, don't fucking worry about it.
He's like, literally, don't worry about it. It's fine.
You haven't been coming to the office at all.
Sorry about that, Jersey. I'm on a secret mission.
Secret? You mean like you're undercover?
Like Mr. Latouche, only shorter and not as well dressed.
Oh no! What if you're shot too, Daddy?
So, did Apollo say that one out loud? Or
Yes.
did Jersey just get in his mind?
About
All right,
not being well
blue
dressed?
Blue text moment. Just, it's, you know, like we talk about, like how sometimes.
Yeah,
blue
but wasn't
text
that
even-
white?
I thought it was blue.
I think
Maybe-
it was white. I don't know if we can see it here,
Oh.
but I think it was white.
I fucking hallucinated, sorry. I was so sure. What did I see?
Who even knows anymore, man?
I went into an alternate timeline of AA4 for a moment, so that was
Where that's
fun.
the only difference.
Yeah, everything about my life, and also the video game itself is completely the same, just that changed. When I do a thing like that to you. Anyway, I'm off for a while again.
Huh? Why did you even show up?
Fuck around.
Okay.
Oh, one thing before I go.
What?
Good luck.
Right. Is that all you came to say?
Like, yeah, things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Tobai off the hook, no doubt.
Yeah, but
But you're after that detective, aren't you?
Darien Crescent.
Won't be easy proving you did it. Especially not under the current court system.
The current court system?
What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our diva divine is telling the truth.
But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch.
Piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. And there are plenty of other ways to explain these things. Flaming guitar too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case.
I mean, the flaming guitar feels really connected, so like, I agree, but also that one it seems, a little bit more,
Yeah.
But
The sultry songstress. Didn't have to say that, by the way.
He's just playing with
lying.
alliteration.
Yeah, he's just having fun.
He
literally just
spent too
saying
much time with Kristoff, frankly.
it. Your case melts like butter in a frying pan.
Jesus Christ,
Leaving
dude.
behind the. Yeah, actually spend too much time with Kristoff those past years. Jesus. Edgeworth would have whacked him over the head over this.
Yeah, but Edgeworth would be like a hypocrite about this. Because I feel like this is also something
Phoenix
Edgeworth
would
would
call him a
say.
hypocrite, but like,
But he's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. See, you exactly get it. You get. God, we need to talk about them again.
I like
sometime.
when Edgeworth goes from being like all his like big word fancy man to like kind of just being like some dude from California.
I think that's beautiful.
It's
actually,
always really
and
funny
it's really
in
good.
games when it drops and he just is like,
I like when you like
some dude.
give him that bit of humanity and you're like fix. It's always nice.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Ugh, this is
Leaving
such a
behind
fun
the
one.
faintly singed scent of failure.
So what do I do? That was not advice.
Like I said, good luck.
Oh my god.
And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods.
Ugh.
No, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend.
Detective Sky? Emma?
Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it
The
is.
Snacko looks so unappealing.
Yeah, they could have rendered that a bit differently, I think. Just a thought.
For sure.
What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material.
She's like, why didn't Emma send me snacks?
They were found at the scene.
Hello, Hannah.
Hi! I'm alive! I now have a BFA in animation. Fuck.
Now we have to use
Ah.
it.
God, I want to use it so
You're
bad.
gonna use it. One day you're gonna use it. I promise.
Ah, this interview on Monday better go well, or I don't know. I don't know, but it better. Thank you. Yeah, no, I also haven't posted like much art besides the thing I posted I think last month or in March, I forget which, because I just have been doing my film and like finals in general. So God, getting back into drawing like for myself is like both very nice, but also I immediately had to switch to merch grinding out for the con Tay and I are doing in Boston in June. So now I'm like burnt out a little bit, and I'm like, fuck, I need to like actually like draw for fun and like do fan art so I can make prints eventually again. But like also, it's been so much, but it's fine. And now I'm talking a lot, so I'm gonna go back to reading now. Analysis of the fragments reveal traces of gunpowder. I haven't even taken my edible yet. I'm just rambling.
You're gonna be high.
that
I'm
kind of
gonna be a
fucking guy.
little bit tipsy.
I plugged. Just listen. You know the fucking huge ass order I placed today.
Yeah.
I saved almost $400 with discounts. It was gonna be almost $900, and I spent like $550 including shipping. So I did that. I clicked the button. I finished all that art, uploaded everything. I need to get so fucking high and like pass out in the beanbag chair now. Well, not now, but tonight.
Mhm.
It will fix me. Well, it won't fix me, but it will. It'll be. You know. Gunpowder. Aren't we supposed? I guess it doesn't matter because we're still in the court. I know sometimes we switch Apollo and Tracy when we're
Yeah,
outside, but
we're
it's
fine for now.
Whatever. Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. You know, kids always sending off firecrackers. And like 2027 or whenever this is.
Oh yeah.
You know how everyone nowadays is just like setting off fireworks, just kind of like in the street, just like all the time. All the kids doing it. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually.
Under the sofa.
Ooh, lag. Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy.
Right, this. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense.
Burnt fragments added to the court record.
It's all from me, I suppose. See after the verdict. Maybe.
Right.
This is still such a fucking hilarious line to just say.
And you get to say it.
I do. Wow. Wow. I'm so happy. Every man's an igniter inside him. I love that this is the response.
Excuse me?
I'm not fucking elaborating, so. He's like, if you didn't get it, if you missed the train, it's not coming back.
Yeah, if you get it, you get it.
And if you didn't, I'm not fucking helping you, so. You're just not on my wavelength. Find Darian Creston's igniter and set it off. You know how every man has one, I just said.
Yeah.
You just have to find it.
And he walked out the door, just like a magician, normally.
It's very funny that Apollo keeps coming back to it.
Yeah.
What does he want us to do?
Tracy's like, I've lived with this guy for a while, and I don't know what that one was. That one was weird.
No conventional methods? What does that mean?
Girl, what do you think it means?
I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes.
I guess.
We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy.
Trucy's like, I want lunch. I'm so hungry.
July 10th, 1:55 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
I really do. She's like, Apollo, courtroom food isn't enough. I need a sandwich.
Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where's Detective Crescent?
In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Very well. Fuck. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darren was the first detective I ever worked with.
Yeah, well, grow up.
I just still think about the comic Tony did of like look at my brother's stupid fucking boyfriend.
Bonding.
And he's like, does his hair look like a dildo? They stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination.
This is so funny to me that he says this. You know, we stopped working together because he moved divisions. But like, I was always
You're
under
still
the
working
impression.
together musically.
Yes, but I was under the impression that like Clav did like one trial and then was gone. But like, I feel like it kind of like isn't really sure on this one. The game, I feel like it wobbles back and forth on if he was here the whole time, because like I always kind of got the vibe he was gone for like 7 years and doing a lot of Gaviner's stuff. But if that's the case, then how the fuck was anyone else working? Like, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I can do whatever the fuck I want, but you know.
That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Like, I don't give a shit if you were childhood best friends or whatever.
Oh, I know. Their forehead.
Okay. Then no need to bring it up.
Very well, call the final witness to the stand.
We're gonna be here for an hour.
Detective Darian Crescent.
Well, maybe by the time we finish this case, it'll be perfectly timed to perfect stream.
Woo!
Name and occupation, please.
Dropping things.
Darren Crescent, Detective Criminal Affairs, Division 3. And it's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us. It's not like this is like, a huge part of the case, and everyone fucking has. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. Gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here.
Well, like, that's not your choice. Like, that's not how...
And also saying that could get Clavier in trouble anyway, which
like,
not that I don't think he cares about that, but...
Like, that's not how, like, law works. Like, you can't be like, I promise that you won't get arrested. That's not how it works. If it is, that's corruption. So,
Don't call me partner. So much for old friends.
a real friend would help me get away with murder. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Then object. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial.
Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. We begin with your response to Lamoire's testimony. If in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. Weird sentence. Slightly.
Yeah.
And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Joke's not landing, not gonna lie.
He's not doing great. He is not killing it up there. Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing.
Steve is lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots as if. Didn't Detective on the Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? Shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Man. So you claim Lamoire's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I did what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. But fuck that kid.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
And she's got the core eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? Oh, I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
You didn't waste any time finding out our weak spot. I can't do this with Lamoire's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Let's see. Okay, possibly a firecracker. So then we can't present this, I think.
Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial.
Which, like, it drives me nuts in these games when they're like, LOL, we found something new. It was under the couch. Like, then
Yeah.
you guys didn't do a very good fucking job checking the
And I
crime
mean, I know
scene
it's again
before.
because they're doing the I know it's like they're speedy, but like to be fair, actual investigations, there's a reason why it's usually years before the trial happens.
Yeah. But, like, they
Because
just
they usually,
did it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just such a poor job of, like, collecting evidence. And I know part of it is, like, we're fucking around in there and taking stuff, too. So it's like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh yeah,
saying.
we
Do a
love
better
just talking.
check under the couch. Please.
What things?
The first was this small device.
That's the remote triggered igniter.
Correct. And one more thing.
What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder are found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker.
How did Gavin know about this?
What, do you think Detective Sky works for you? I received a report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial.
But I did fuck around for a really long time.
Yay, food!
What kind of food?
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask what you got. Just in case.
This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been 2 firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control.
One of his calves is so highlighted. I hate how it bounces. We've had this discussion.
I hate when his hair does that.
Yep.
You got an active imagination, don't you? You shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient.
How so?
So you're saying these firecrackers just happen to go off? Right when 2 witnesses came walking by?
That's right. Darian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
Because it was a show and someone would always be backstage.
A firecracker goes off in force and there's no one there to hear. You get my drift. Why go through the trouble, man?
How do I explain this?
You may not look it, but Darian is a good detective.
So he's probably lying.
Yeah. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it.
If he was uninvolved and a good detective, he probably would just, like, cooperate. Help out a little.
Yeah, literally. You may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man.
Why are you calling him partner?
That reminds me. Happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. I saw something odd there just before the third set.
Something odd?
Headset, the kind all of the band and staff members were wearing.
That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room.
What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed? What if it was turned on?
You could hear what was going on in the hallway, even if you were out on stage.
Whose side are you on, Gavin?
Wouldn't that mean that everyone could hear it, though? Everyone on the same... I guess he could put it on a different channel. Well, that actually, I don't know. Yes, that... but then you have to talk to a tech... You know what? Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law.
Did he? Did I miss something?
I have a question for you.
Which is why I now turned to you, hair forehead.
Oh, sorry, I
No,
didn't
it's okay.
realize.
I skipped it on accident. I hit the space button too many times.
For me?
Sometimes when there's an ellipses, when I hit it twice to like hop to the end and to the next line, it sometimes skips.
The igniter and subvert fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. Certainly a possibility is to say they're part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw a headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case.
The other half?
Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act. While our little piano player was on stage. Alright, Gavin? Indeed, if you can't prove that... Xander continues his cross-examination will be pointless. Well, Mr. Justice? Can you prove the crime took place during the second set?
Yeah, I think.
You better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through.
It can be proven.
You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony, if you would.
This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof, and fast.
You ready, kid? Because I am.
Did we read this one? Yes, we did. Oh, never mind. Maybe we didn't. Not in there. Not in there. The shooting took place during the second set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof. Tootsie. Oh, I guess the scroll button, the scroll on the mouse moves moves to the next one.
He's pretty eager to paint Lamawa as a liar, isn't he?
Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case.
This is tough. So what do we do?
I've got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did.
I imagine this is probably when... Ah, fuck. No, I got it, buddy. I think this is when we have... do you think this is when we have to present the mixing board? To be like, you weren't on stage.
Yeah.
That's probably now. That's the one we're using, right? Let me I'm always paranoid.
Objection!
Yep, that was it.
It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here, in Lamawa's song.
Her song. What exactly is this device thingy? New variety of gramophone, perhaps?
I'm obsessed with them always making the judge, like, a good, 100 years old.
Yeah, like putting him so far back.
Like, real old.
Come on, we just use this. And don't get me started on gramophone. This device was used to record the performance part by part. Do we really have time for this?
Move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Glamour's voice included. But what does this prove?
According to Lamawa's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song.
You intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room on stage? Have you forgotten, Zarian? We were all wearing these headsets. No. We were all deeply involved in our performance. But Lamawa's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. And let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now.
Lamawa stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot, and I'll find the gunshots.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't... Should we just mute all of them, but one at a time?
Yeah, I guess. Well, Nate, I'm not sure. I know, because he's supposed his whole thing is being a shark, obviously. I don't know, crescent, a crescent shape, his hair, but again, even that's
Crescendo?
Oh, true. I think I remembered that at one point and forgot. Yeah, it could be crescendo. Crescendo. Don't know about his.
I don't know about Darien.
First, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about Darien though.
Yep, okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Did I hit it on the right one? I couldn't tell what made it select number 2, you know? The second section. Your
Yeah.
Honor, listen closely to this part. I'm sure that was almost as fun as the time in a Nancy Drew game, where I had to listen to audio and carefully, slowly adjust it to reveal a conversation in the background, and it took fucking forever. So I just had to sit there silently as I listened to audio. This is the track with Lamawa's vocals. You'll hear it again!
God, let's fucking go.
God, I'm always thinking about how heavy that pendant must be. Also, this is how I did lighting for pants one time, and then I decided it was ugly. So imagine how I feel every time I see Clav's pants.
I see. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot.
I didn't even hit that button. I've been telling people this in the streams, in server. There are a few lines in this game where it just continues on to the next one without stopping for no rhyme or reason. Like, people are like, oh, maybe when a character interrupts another. A lot of time, it's the character just continuing to talk, and they, like, forgot to put a stop in. It's so weird and so annoying. Oh god, I hate this one.
This has to be. The funny thing is, it's lagging for me right now, so it just like isn't. The animation isn't animating.
You're not seeing it.
So he's just kind of like. Yeah, it's kind of good. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe the case has been named. Gunshots were heard during the second set. Which means Lemoire's testimony is true. Ugh. Order! So she was telling the truth about what she heard?
Yeah. Mr. Latouche! Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire.
Sorry, my edibles were freaking stuck in the container.
You're getting edibles, I'm drinking alcohol.
We're like crossfaded in the sense that like we're each doing one half of it.
And we both are gonna get real tired.
Yeah. To be fair, when I get crossfaded, I found out that when I get crossfaded, I do just skip being high or tipsy, and they both just make me tired. Like if I only
sleepy stream.
Yeah, the thing keeping me from substance abuse, kidding. This is a joke. I was already never going to be doing any of that. But the thing keeping me is just if I'm gonna get sleepy. There's no benefit.
So tired.
If I just get tipsy, I can have fun and be buzzed and like dance to music and shit. If I just get high, I can have fun, relax. If I do both, I just go to bed. I just go to bed. Detective Preston, you went on stage during the second set.
Rosie, that's not your weed. I'll get you catnip later.
Could have done it. That's not the right voice, but you know. On we march. Why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording?
Oh yeah, no, I know some people take edibles to sleep. If I'm like really wired, I take them more for if I get nauseous, and also like, cause sometimes I get nauseous and then like they really help with that, but also just like, I don't like to be stoned during the day that much just cause I like to be productive and sober during the fucking day. But like at night, when I can just like watch YouTube video and eat chip, that's it, that's all you need. I love eating like a carton of ice cream just really slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Just really slow-mo, like. And that's kind of just like how I like to spend an evening sometimes. Tea is a substance, I will say, Nate. Tea is a substance. There's substances in that
white
cup.
pomegranate? I love pomegranate tea. I gotta get some and not just buy it all the time.
Now I know it's not tea. You made me think of drinks. You made me think of fruit. Mel, you know what I was, knew what I was gonna say.
I did because I want to be there always emotionally.
You gotta come here early if we get in, and we just gotta go
I mean,
to Bell.
well, I'll be if we get in, I'll be coming in on Thursday again.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I figured.
Just mostly because
Your job.
yeah, I don't want to take off too much time, but at least Thursday does give us technically a day.
Yeah, and I forget if I think I told you that I'm like technically moving in
Yes.
to my girlfriend's. Yeah, so you'll be able to chill here. You can sleep in the beanbag or on the couch.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, Bells would be nice. We can.
we
take
have
the bus
to
there.
we have to plan food better for this time.
We do. Luckily,
We are so bad at con food. This is an ongoing problem. This is year 3. We cannot be bad at food year 3.
we need to do that. What your mom helped us with that one time with like packing the sandwiches. We need to go to Kroger, which luckily there's a Kroger within biking distance.
Yeah.
But obviously we could just like take the bus there or
Yeah.
drive. If Heather was like around to take us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think you want to just like somehow try to fit on my bike while I'm on it.
Yeah.
Just on my back.
We attempted that thing in anime, but we don't have one of like the second seats over the back wheel, so we're just struggling.
And we're just going really slow because of the weight on the
Oh
pack.
man. It
Like
is
3
not
hours
like
later,
the
we're
fun
like, "We're
little.
at Kroger."
It's not like the fun little anime moment. We're both just
Yeah, it's not
struggling.
like Whisper the Heart. It's just like
Okay, parchment paper, then around a paper towel, then around foil.
I see.
Parchment paper, paper towel. What does the paper towel do? Because I feel like parchment paper and like foil or other like thicker paper I've seen at like sandwich shops, but I don't know what the the paper towel does. I'm curious. I'd love to know. Yeah, Ronnie and I are just like notoriously bad at not getting enough food for conventions.
We think of everything else because we get paranoid about. I think we just get paranoid about the con itself, and then we think about, and then we forget about us and our needs.
We've always remembered water. I'll give us this. We've always remembered lots of water.
And to
which
be
is
fair,
good.
I always get dehydrated so easily, so it's definitely
part of
good
it.
that I remember
Part of
that.
it is the fact that convention centers are like some of the driest places on the planet.
Yeah, I'm usually way more thirsty than hungry.
Yeah, but
But,
we do have to remember
yeah.
to eat food. Oh, okay. Good to know, not
because
Thank
we're
you.
near the Kroger. Because we're near the Kroger, from my girlfriend's place, we can definitely just go there, stock the fuck up.
Yeah.
Keep it in her fridge and like just make sandwiches each day and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
And yeah, it'll be fun at least. Should be chill.
They need to let us in
And
because the idea
I will say my girlfriend did mention like cooking us dinner and
Oh,
stuff.
that would be very sweet if she wanted to.
Because she's been trying some recipes and stuff.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, no pressure. If she's tired, we don't have to.
Yeah,
but,
if
like,
she's tired, we
at
will
least-
figure it out.
At least that way we don't have to worry as much. At
Yeah.
the very least, she might have leftovers in the fridge.
Hell
so,
yeah.
But I know at least I have one friend
Ooh.
who graduated campus who's still in Columbus. They graduated like a year before me. Who they were gonna table, but they're pretty new to it, and like their table partner didn't want to do
Fair.
animate. So so if we do animate, they probably won't be tabling, but they wanted to still like hang out and maybe
Yeah.
get dinner with us after. So
Yeah.
like that we can eat out then. We can eat out then
For sure. Yeah, I
Maybe
want
go
to
to-
get in because I'd love to do 3 summer cons because like I have so much stuff and I really, really want to move some of it. I want to actually move some of it.
We gotta
because
apply. I want to do way more cons this like for like this
we have to
this
look
fall
at
and
we have to look at the fall and winter. We have to keep an eye out for
Yeah.
that because like I do have some paid time off, but like I have to do it so far ahead. So I at least have to like
Yeah.
ask for it even if we don't get in, and like we have to watch out for what to apply for.
But yeah, no, we can definitely apply for way more. Like, I'm sorry that senior year had me just
No, it's
so,
okay.
like,
It was just like
MIA.
I have a few. I sometimes think like I'll make a few sales online, but I really don't sell stuff online, which is unfortunate because that's how it is. You sell more in person. But we did so bad at our last con, which was not our fault. That was the fault of the con. It was one of the
Yeah, I
slowest cons.
profited, but I was low. But I like obviously lived there.
I
for
lost
context,
$69. Which could have been worse. 69 is
Yeah, like-
way better than it could have been, and part of the reasons is I had to fly. However, never good to lose money on a table. But more importantly, it means that I didn't move stock, and I want to get rid of some of this shit.
Oh, real.
I'm like really bad about like overbuying because I'm like, oh my god, what if people like it? And then like people don't like it. Like, I don't know how to put it any other way. Well, because, like, I have so many of those fucking big minky buttons left, which are, honestly, I got them at the wrong size, and I had been, like, apparently I used the wrong template. They're both circles, so I thought I used the right one, and the person running that go was like, we can either try to shrink them or you can just use the big ones, and I hadn't, like, internalized how big the big ones were.
They're so big.
They're so big. I have to price them so high to make it fair for other artists. And I have like 50 of them. So I have to figure out what's a fair price to put them on sale, because this is year 3 with them. And I've sold 2 ever. So, like, it's one of those situations where it's like, I have a lot of merch that's from, like, my first year making merch.
Yeah.
And I just want to get rid of it. I just want to get rid of it. On the other hand, I did order a bunch more of those hanging Laytons because it's one of the only things I consistently sell online.
Fair.
Thank you, Layton fandom. Love you.
We can definitely apply to more of the Ohio cons, and Ohio Con itself, if like, I don't know how, like, things were resolved there.
You would have to check the server. I'm sure there was an entire thread on it. You can probably see if it's still there.
But yeah, I definitely, especially because, to be fair, most of the animation jobs that I'm looking at are all remote anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be, so travel at the very least. Also, I would still have to call time off and things, but it also wouldn't be, like, the end of the world. So if I had to work, like, if I came up early and, like, worked a few days from your place or wherever we were. So we definitely need to apply to more winter and fall cons, and then just more summer stuff in general. And it's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do so many things, and it's fine.
Anyway.
Aw, Hannah. I'm glad he gets to. I'm glad they get enrichment.
Me too. I'm glad they're having adventures. But yeah, I was like, I'm not even. It's like I would at some point, if I keep it, I'll probably redraw. But I was like, well, I have to order a bunch of these because it's one of the few things I actually sell. I'll probably have to change some of my prices this year. We'll have to see how it goes.
I restocked my Spider-Verse pins, my Spider-Verse charms again because they always sell out.
I've never had anything sell out, so I'm just like, I don't know, 5, 10, I don't care. You know, I'm just like, whatever.
But I definitely want to do a new Spider-Verse series, if they also sell out this time, because I'm tired of looking at them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the issue with having a lot of merch. It's like, well, I have so much of it, and I hate all of it, but, like, it's hard to rationalize making a ton of new merch, which I do it anyway, because I have ideas, and I think they're better, but unfortunately, I still have old stuff that I want to get rid of, so,
Yeah.
Anyway, Lamawa was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. We're not finishing this case tonight. Oh my god, how are you singing like that? I mean, impressive, but, like, horrible. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. Like, not a position you want to be singing in. Right?
Not at all.
I'm like,
Not
this isn't, no. Hey, Valorant, this sucks. Your plan was shit.
And I know you meant to say Valorant, but you did say Valorant, like the video game, the second time.
Don't worry about it.
It was pretty funny. So.
Don't worry about it. But then as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again and Mr. Latusse's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent. Okay.
Once again, I'm reminded of something. We should also apply to Zenkai Con for this.
We should.
This upcoming. Because I know because we couldn't do it
because
this year,
you were doing
just,
stuff.
Like, I think it was like spring break, and also I was just like, again, finals, and I was just like, it was like right in the middle of like finals grind. I was like, I know, like, I want to, but I know it would be such a bad idea for me. So Zenkai Con will be a safe one too, because then we can also just stay at my house. And I don't mind doing more that are also like out of states and like out of state entirely, like out of either of our states. Like, it's just a matter of like finding them, I guess. Anyway, our performance that day. Your performance? Sings a mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Airforehand.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up.
His hog won't start.
I don't care.
I need to finish this gate.
That is strange at the time. And Yanate, it's such a cute charm. Taya should definitely link it, or you should go find it on their store. I don't know if it's...
I only have 2 left right now, so they're waiting for them to come in.
Fair. Yeah, my box is gonna be fucking huge. I ordered so much shit, so enjoy
I
getting
didn't
that.
even order that much, but I was just like, it's fine.
I restocked a few things, like my Demo Lover's Charm, because that's completely gone. Shit like that. I got a lot of newer things, less Ace Attorney, just because, again, like, I branched out a bit. But
I
also
actually got...
I also just have a lot of... My thing is I also just have so many Ace Attorney prints that it's like, you know...
I actually, I got OC charms because I was like, I'm just really gonna commit to these 2 little witches.
I get it. I do.
I'm really gonna commit to these pink and purple people. Anyway, how could you miss such a simple queue?
I might still also, just because I'm local, so I have way less risk, I might do GalaxyCon with like a friend or someone who's a grad, like a grad.
Yeah.
This winter, just because I think if you live in Columbus and your expectations are low, like I said, like I was able to profit, it was just like a very slim profit that like if I wasn't local wouldn't have been worth it either. So I think I'll do that solo, just if depending on the table cost. If they cranked it up, because I don't feel like getting a table right now for it, because I'm still not sure it's worth it. And if the table costs went up more, I'm probably just gonna not. Sorry, just thinking out loud. I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? Talking about some murder weapon. Mr. Latus's 45 caliber hand cannon. Hand cannon. As we have learned, even Shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. Kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur.
Wait. You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting the revolver?
You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent? I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training. Plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon. Much name released. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latus. Which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim. So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? As the thought had occurred to me, yes.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. No, you're good. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? You know, Tam, maybe someday we'll have jobs where they let us do fuck all, and we can do so many cons, and we'll have so much money, and we'll be able to fly around all the time.
I mean, that would be
forever.
fun, but I'm being realistic here.
I need to be a bit delusional right now, because...
I understand. I wish.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm being delusional until I get a job.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I need hope. I need hope and whimsy. And that's all I got in me. What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive, again? You got a little noise on a tape, that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue miss, alleged guitar cue miss due to a 45 caliber kickback. I wait for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. And shoot that manager. That's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. Defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. How close are we to finishing?
Oh, not.
Oh, fuck.
We are in the proof of innocence. So we have this testimony, cocoon smuggling cross-examination, setting off the igniter, what really happened, and the epilogue.
Alright, maybe. Maybe with love and hope.
Maybe with love and hope.
You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not left the fuck. Sorry, Rosie started giving me kisses and I got distracted. Kitty wanted to say hi.
Hi.
The case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes, not even once. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now I need to find a motive.
Yeah, you said it.
I'm gonna be honest, we're just gonna be using the
Whatever you
testimony now.
need. Whatever you need at this point. I'm not gonna make you.
because it's fun to figure things out myself, but also we've been doing this case for so long, I've gotta lose it. Present the replica. You know? It's just been a long time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we know how this game goes. So, like, you know, oh, come on, man. Shut up, stop it. It's in autoplay right now. Like, what's happening?
Your Honor, take a look at this.
Oh, 1 second. It is. Oh, there we go. What's that? It's like candy.
It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescent, ever seen this?
Looks like a piece of candy.
Really adding to the conversation.
Yeah.
What it is
Good job, man.
evidence. Don't lick it before you try it.
Okay.
Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found amongst the victim's belongings. The victims?
A cocoon. Never seen one that color.
Go see the beauty of nature more.
It's a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else. Alright, but what is this cocoon doing in my corner? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr.
Oh, surely.
Toots, does it?
It does. Wait, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man.
Shut up.
A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, silk out of? Yeah, man.
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A Curative for what? Apparently, it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia. Whatever for?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture as a remedy from that cocoon. Yet, if you change the process, only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. What?
My response to this point is that there's a lot of deadly poisons in the world.
And an Ace Attorney.
And an Ace Attorney. So my brain is always a little like, but this cures an incurable disease.
Yeah.
And we can make lots of poison.
Technically, many things are just poison because you can't eat them.
Yeah.
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. Caused quite a commotion in the global community. Though the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol.
Right. The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent.
So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country.
Well, it's not gum, so no.
Don't know. It doesn't. How is it? How do you get gumball from that at all? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Kinda, like, I actually don't know.
Well, how big is it?
It, presumably small? I don't know. They said it looked like candy, so I can't imagine that big. You know?
Alright, yeah, fair. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder.
Oh, so I was going to sell it on the black market and make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony. About this smuggling of cocoons business.
We're getting there.
International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about it. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous.
I would know.
Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol, what are these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latouche undercover? Fuck, Taya, guess what?
What?
There's a month-long sale going on the Check Please store, and once something's sold out, it's gone, because they're doing, like, a restock on a different platform with, like, a different merch manufacturer, just FYI. So, like, I mean, I'm sure some of it will be remade under the new company and, like, website, but still, like, I just spent all that money on merch, and I don't have, like, stable work yet besides my weekend job. I know I can't. Jack's jersey's on sale for $50 cheaper, and I'm just like, it's usually $200. It's $149. I'm just like, oh god,
damn, that's expensive. I don't have a reference because I imagine I got a lot of the stuff during the Kickstarter.
The Biddy's jersey is $94 and it's usually $125. To be fair, the t-shirts are usually $26 and they're $19 right now. So the shirts are like actually pretty cheap considering.
Yeah,
well, not pretty cheap, but like in terms of like fan merch shirt. Cheap.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But no, the jerseys, it's probably just the material and like what it costs to get them custom made.
Oh,
like
for sure. Especially since I don't think they probably only do a few bulk things.
Yeah, and I don't know how many, but I'm just like, I know I can't, and I won't.
But you're considering.
But if I'm at your house and you see me just kind of like standing in front of yours, just like longingly sighing and like gazing, that's
Got
why.
it. Noted. You said you crazy kids think up the crazy. You think kids think up the craziest things.
You craziest
Yeah,
kids.
you crazy kids think up the craziest things.
Just like this is just like the Kesha song, maybe. But no way am I gonna risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm gonna find out what.
Newspaper on the 4th. Okay. 3rd or 4th. Okay, doesn't matter.
Objection!
This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in the statement, Your Honor.
Oh, wait, shit, is that not?
How exactly are the evidence of the statement just now related?
Didn't I do this on Can't Sell Them on the Black Market?
Up. Fucked up.
Huh.
You have to press it first?
It said present. Present newspaper article on Darian's 3rd or 4th statement. Okay. Yeah, I did it on that one. Unless I did it on the 2nd one? Did I do the right art? There's only one article, isn't there? Oh, is it this one? Fuck, I used the wrong newspaper. That's what happened.
Yeah, I wasn't
Listen.
keeping a close eye on it. That's my bad.
It keeps going to autoplay.
Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would.
How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. I mean, maybe not everyone. There's probably someone that's just a guy. You don't know. Maybe there's just a guy in there also. What then? Second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye.
Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article, that's about the Chief Justice's...
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease, a cure for incuritis.
Come on, guys. Every time we read it, I'm like, guys.
Incuritis. I've heard of that somewhere. Oh
Come
my
on, man.
Man, we can't.
You went
Man,
to
my
a
edible's gonna kick in like a half hour. You can't do that to me.
you went
the
to
fuck up.
visit a victim of the disease this morning.
ha.
Literally, Anna. Also, yeah, I don't know. Depending on how long we have, I have Pope. If you're feeling tired, you can find a place. I don't know. I'm cool to chug it out,
Let's
maybe?
give it the old college try.
You sounded so broken.
I'm just like, it keeps going.
There was such a faint sense of fatigue in the way you said that. Like it wasn't.
I'm
it was
willing
just
to
like,
try,
oh.
but I am getting sleepy, and I'm actually not done with this drink yet.
Okay, yeah, no. If you need to if you want to
I'll
tap
let
out,
you know. But I'm okay for now.
once my edible starts to kick in, I might have to go. So,
Let's
we'll
give it
get
a
there when we
shot.
get there. Whatever happens first.
Mm-hmm.
Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't sane.
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are sane. Chief Justice would never deal in contraband.
I'm obsessed with him being surprised by this, as if he isn't the judge that presided over like 3 or 4 different corrupt people in the police and the legal system. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He's like, man, how could
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like, you were the one in charge of Gant's trial. I was taking a drink.
Not
You're
even to
good.
save his own son's life?
What flavor of Mike's do you have?
Cranberry.
I like that one. It's like cranberry ginger ale.
Yeah, it's a harder, so it's 8% instead
Yeah, no,
of
I
5.
I like. Yeah, I like the Mike's Harder. I like they have like a 12-pack that I got a lot last year. Not a lot. I shouldn't say that like I was like had a problem. Just like
That's
when the
that was
fridge
like your
had-
go-to.
yeah, like when the fridge was out of alcohol and I was like, because usually it would just be before I was able to start getting edibles, I would just be like after a long weekend, sometimes a big shift. I was like, I need to nap and drink funny cranberry juice. That's not. I'm glad you're getting some eepiness though out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But even if the deal went through,
Sorry, I'm locking in now.
why, it'd be an international scandal.
That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If word ever got out that what... Hello? If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about if the Chief Justice were the buyer. Why, the seller couldn't hope for a better deal. Very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof?
Well...
Marianne, you're forgetting one other important thing.
To tell.
Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginia Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out.
So we were informed.
Let's
continue with the cross-examination.
Oh, okay, this one is a new one.
Virginian Customs is it's wrong, boys.
Not right.
Virginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked.
Jesus Christ! This is new too.
Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. That always am like, all right.
That's a lot.
Like,
the Ace Attorney,
okay.
How do I word this? I want to word it like in Ace Attorney has this weird thing where, like, of course, to admit, they also do a lot of death sentences. If murder, death sentence, basically. They do this thing where a lot of the fake made-up countries all have very extreme death penalties that come up in cases where you're like, whoa! Like, both Virginia and Karain kind of make you go, oh, okay, that's the death penalty there? Okay, you know? I don't know if there's, like, anything to say there. It's just weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know.
The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to.
Present on the first or last of the given statement. His guitar?
Oh, it's because it was shipped in the guitar, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I just forgot we had
the
it.
Guitar was from Virginia. Yeah, I remember now.
Objection!
Actually, there is one way.
Ooh.
The one way to get something out of the country, no checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor? I don't believe it.
Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin.
Damn.
What was it you told me yesterday at your office?
Oh, yeah. No, I agree, Hannah. I feel something similar.
Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched?
Especially since in this game they don't fall after this game they don't, because they were of how they do their, like, their games are only like kind of connected. They didn't like commit to actually changing the system in the, like, the actual system within the games itself. So when they got to Karain, they were like, oh shit, we have to make them look worse.
Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was...
With cocoons this small? They're small. It would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia.
Just one.
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar recently had some work done on it, right? I read that backwards.
Work? Good memory, our forehead.
Flashback. Boopity boop boop boop.
An igniter.
Like you'll find in any man.
I've heard that every man has one inside him.
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if the igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar?
You mean...
He means this, of course. Aha!
There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use Picky Prosecutor Gavid's privileged guitar as a mule.
Fuck that up.
And who better to do that than someone with access, like a member of the band? We don't know your other band members. Don't worry about it. They're not important.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Order! Order! Order!
If Darian were smart, he would have tried to now convict one of his bandmates. But he's not, and they didn't want to draw more characters.
And also they knew the case would then take 6 more hours, so.
I would be complaining a lot, so
Someone
I
on the
understand.
team called for mercy. Someone on the team called for
They're
our
like,
salvation.
we can't!
Yeah, exactly.
So the igniter. Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems.
It was a safety precaution.
Oh.
Their foreheads. At last, it all comes together.
Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Llama has... Okay.
First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor. Fitch forced me to break the lock on my guitar case.
The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't accounting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Latus.
He's so fucking sad looking.
He's so sad.
I still am happy I made that meme for your
It's
fridge.
good.
Ray,
It's
for-
good.
It fits him very
It's
well.
really real.
He's just, it's so sad.
It's so sad.
It's such a like profound misery. This is what Harry Dubois looks
Dubois?
like. Dubois. Can you tell my edible's starting to kick in?
A little.
From the fact that I said Dubois.
Dubois?
Guy who literally like
The
actively
boy?
would never make that mistake on a normal day. Kim. I will always get Kim's name right, even if I'm fucking blackout drunk. He's everything to me.
Mr. Latus, an undercover agent, was onto something.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Hannah. It's not even like a crying sprite. It's sadder than that. It's sadder than a sprite of a character bawling their eyes out because it's just like such a worn-in, like, sadness. Like he's just lived his life like this.
He's a tired man.
He's so tired, Taya. We are so tired. Okay, you know, my edible's definitely kicking in. I'm laughing at like everything.
He would have known about the guitar. I'm normal now. I'm locking in. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So Mr. Latus tried to examine the guitar himself.
If the cocoon were confiscated, then the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot.
No, it's over. Press the switch now.
The guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. And then... Mr. Latus died.
I was saying this last
Mr.
night.
Latus!
Mr.
Can you hear
Latus!
me?
I was saying this last night during the VLR stream. Not enough blood in Ace Attorney. I need more
Not
pools
enough
of blood.
There is this one post.
And the one game where they had the mature rating for blood and
they
still didn't go. They could have gone farther then.
Well, because that's the thing. They kind of only do it for, I think,
it's only Dual Destinies.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in that game, even I think it's, how do you say her name?
It's only that one Athena sprite, right?
I think it's Metis. Is that how you say her name? Metis.
Oh yeah, that one.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
But like,
and it's like the thing where I'm like, I get that maybe they didn't want this one because in case they didn't get a mature rating for the other ones, or just they didn't want it to be too much of a drastic
I'm
shift.
always
but,
thinking of that.
If you have a mature, it's more just like if you have the chance with them, if you have to do a mature
you have
rating,
the chance to change
you might
your
as well
fate. Would you?
No, literally though, like if you have a fucking mature rating at that point, like
just go for it.
More.
Go crazy, go stupid. Well, because there's this one post that I see on Tumblr all the time that's like, one of the things that really annoys me in media is when people die from like a stab wound in like the lower abdomen, because it's like actually really hard to die from a stab wound. And every time I see it, I think of Clay, because as when we were talking about this last night, when Sarah also pointed out, he gets stabbed through like the big outer suit, and like he has an astronaut suit on as well as the clothes under it, and he dies, and it's like there's like no blood. And I think Sarah last night was like, maybe it's all in the suit. But, like, when you think about it, like, there are head wounds in this game that don't get a lot of blood. And I understand some level of that is the rating. But with Dual Destinies, they had mature. And, like, it's just like, well, it would be so much more believable that these people were dead if there was blood everywhere. You know? Anyway, I cannot believe there's this little blood. Anyway, Mr. Latouche died.
Bad job. Thumbs down emoji. Do better.
Do better next time.
Should have done more when you actually got the M rating.
Truly.
You know. Because it's like, I know that, like, a lot of times games that are trying to appeal to a wider, like, teen, young adult, like, I know a lot of times they, like, don't want to verge into the mature line simply because it, like, can turn, because, like, usually you couldn't get some of those games if you were under 17.
Uh-huh.
But in this case, it's like, okay, if you're dead set on releasing the game with that Art of Medicine and you're just accepting that you're going to have the M rating, then it doesn't fucking matter at that point.
Go harder.
Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have a reason to avoid it now because you're getting the rating regardless.
Yeah, go big. Like, more blood.
Cut someone's head off. I don't know.
Blow someone's head up and show us the brains. I don't care.
This feels slightly uncharacteristic coming from you, but to be fair, I've never asked you what your sensitivity to video game gore is, so...
Not that bad. This is gonna sound weird, but like I watched a lot of Supernatural in middle school.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of over it. Yeah. Actually, honestly, one of the only times I've been truly grossed out by like violence was Get Out, and it was specifically the main character gets stabbed through the hand, and there was something about it. I almost threw up.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But like I've seen quite a, and I'm just kind of like whatever. Sometimes it's a little bit much, but like it doesn't, unless it's like body horror, I don't tend to mind violence. I'm just kind of, I'm just like, okay, I get it. Supernatural's not like the most violent thing ever, but it's certainly more violent than this, you know?
I know what you mean. I get it. As someone who's sadly just seen shit on the internet before growing up with unrestricted access occasionally, fictional gore doesn't bother me. Outside of some, it's like kind of like what you said about like the hand thing. Whenever it's like close up, sharp thing, like
there was something about it. Maybe it was just like a little too real, but I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no. A horror movie I watched with Jay in LA when I was there for spring break. We watched this movie where like the murderer like nail guns her hand like to the wall, and but the thing is like she doesn't have but she needs to escape, so she has to like rip it out of her hand. And, like out of all the like people being shot and like butcher, I was just like, that was the one part where I was like, I know this is like arguably not the most gory moment, however,
there was something about it.
This is where I'm like squinting.
I've drawn the line.
Yeah, it's something about like close up, like not blunt violence, if that makes sense. I think.
Yeah, I think it does.
Like something very like, something about it. But yeah, no, blow someone up. Come on, Capcom.
Anyway.
How close are we to finishing?
We have this section, which we have 2-3 more things for.
Setting off the igniter. What really happened? Epilogue. So we can see how much we get done. All right.
I just have to stop talking because I'm going on tangents now because I'm that level of high.
Oh no.
So that's why I talked for so long about video game ratings.
Uh-huh.
Fifth Lamoir there to witness it.
There's your case.
Okay, I guess not.
Brilliant, man. Detective Crescent? Gotta know, can make all that up on the fly. Makes a great deal of sense, Darian. The Republic of Virginia. Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh?
It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, or Ginny an accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamawa heard proves it.
It's over. Press the switch now.
You made this transmission from backstage.
Well, your co-conspirator was on stage. But who was it?
This is it, the coup de grace. And for once I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned. I'm fucking high as shit right now. It's a great accusation. It's great responsibility. And Taya's fucking buzzed, so we're all
Just
losing.
a little.
I'm not gonna lie. Edible got hands. I am slipping out of the just a little stage. I might be melting into like a puddle of sludge in an hour. A really fun sludge, but sludge nonetheless.
Fair enough.
Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice?
Dude, I'm trying to finish a Mike's Harder.
There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. Stop it. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tayobi. Nope, Tobai.
The thing is, Hannah.
Tayobi.
The thing is, Hannah.
Fuck.
Hannah. Hannah, the thing is that after every sentence I say, I'm aware retroactively of how stupid and high they sound. So it's not really great. I'm like just coherent enough to know that I'm being dumb. So, it's really fun.
Leave me alone, Hannah. Anyway, we have to finish the case.
I'm trying. But Mr. Justice, he's your client. Defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one. Alright,
It's not.
now, this time. Got so zoinked, I literally just forgot that was me. So.
Oh no.
I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I am.
It's also not. It sometimes happens.
But I'm here to
Yeah,
defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. I believe it's...
You usually have to recuse yourself, though. But I guess we're not accusing him of murder. We're just accusing him of smuggling.
And I stand by my
I'm
statement
actually-
earlier that...
I'm actually curious, like, what a lawyer from the U.S. would say, like, if they're allowed to do that, if they are accusing of a different crime entirely.
A different crime entirely would not be relevant, basically, because unlike an Ace Attorney where you have to prove, like, all these things, basically if you were like, ah, shit, it looks like my client is probably guilty of something else, that is an entirely different case.
and would be a different. That would be a different. If it did not come out earlier, if this was not a charge that they were being that was actually on trial, this would probably have to be a completely separate trial with a separate jury and all that. If you realize your client probably did do it, I believe the best course of action is if you feel that you can no longer properly defend them. I think I've seen some lawyers say that you would excuse yourself from the case, basically, and have someone else who can provide a fair trial if you feel that you can no longer fairly do your job. If you start to believe your client. It's confusing. This is why I'm not. There was one of my job tests today that was like, you'd be a good lawyer, and I was like, no.
And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed, the defendant is Virginian. Does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lamoir?
He couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamoir was in the air vent, really bent over. Right over the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
Well, looking at this, seems that Lamoir still could have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made the transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the Lamoir stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. Convenient. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamoir's position in the air vent. Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that?
Your Honor. Yes, Detective? Could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns?
Very funny way to describe it.
Just one more time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this.
My god. Y'all are wasting my fucking time. The drummer is huge. Holy shit. Those drums are huge. Oh god. They wanted us to look at this so many times. It looks so bad.
Too bad, so sad, punk.
Punk?
First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
It's true he hasn't spoken in years.
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video?
The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Arian?
Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians after all.
Care to explain for us non-musicians?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first.
You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter?
We.
Is that right? Yeah. What a descriptor.
Yes.
Well, in order to do that, you'd have to press a switch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano.
Take it literally, listen to Clavier play guitar. Oh, the fabric looks like ass. Sorry, I'm so mean to this cutscene, but it looks really bad. You know? I understand, they probably had a budget. And it's not a 3D game, but it looks bad.
Seems to be the problem there. Piano sounded just fine. That's the problem, man. You still don't get it?
Ugh.
Yeah, how's he supposed to... Fuck.
Uh-huh.
God.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Uh-huh.
My vision's a bit blurry.
Oh, no.
Also. Yeah, I'm having a great time. It's just not It's just not ideal for streaming. That's all. Yeah, how is he supposed to hit the switch if he's playing? You got Ms. Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums, and we don't need to see any of those people. The only one with her hands free was the diva. Amoir.
Love when they do that.
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she?
Duh.
Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out. If they couldn't even press a switch.
Help. Oh my god. This is when Ace Attorney games really get me, when they're just like, we're gonna show the same thing 18 times. And I think one of the reasons this case bothers me is because they show me this scene until I die.
The piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice? The piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well...
It's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes. Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could all just...
Strange.
What's strange?
No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there.
Then why can't you figure it out?
Odd.
Because I'm high as shit right now. That's what Clavier said to that, by the way, not me. He said that.
We all know Clavier wouldn't be doing drugs.
No, he would fucking kill himself.
This is the most boring straight-laced
finds-
man.
Emma makes I agree. Emma like makes a joke about like making weed brownies, like not even like having one right at the current moment, just that she made them at one point, and Clavier's like falling to his knees.
She's like, it's fucking legal here, you loser.
Yeah. She's like, I wanted to make a weed. She's like, I just want to make fucking brownies, and also sleep really good. Like, fuck off.
I want brownies. Just normal ones. I would just like some brownies.
God, I want to make brownies now.
Anyway, we gotta finish this game.
We gotta go to Bell's.
We do.
Mr. Justice. If Machi Tobai didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice.
Got the facts wrong, man.
Ah, fuck.
But the pianist... Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant Machi Tobai the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought.
Apollo, Machi's not the accomplice. Then her whole case is ruined.
I'm doing my best here. They're taking a long ass time.
I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed that switch.
Well, you'd better find a way to prove it.
I will. Let's move faster.
What do I do? What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was
Oh god. I took a sip too fast and went down the wrong way.
What was Gavin saying just now?
Oh god, hold on, I'm watching the Wi-Fi fail on Twitch. We're good. I love when they do this. We just saw this.
It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did he hear that was odd?
Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this.
I know, man. Oh, fuck. Twitch does not want to be playing right now.
Can you prove Machi Tobai pressed that switch?
Our bitrate is shit.
Your final answer. You prove that Machi Tobai pressed that switch.
I don't know if you'd call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible.
Twitch, please.
Zen's prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this.
It's embarrassing that we can figure this out, but Clav hasn't. Be
Go
embarrassed.
ahead. You're sure about this?
Accepted. There's no evidence, man. Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice.
What do you base your claim that the defendant
Oh,
pressed
sorry,
the switch? No, you're
sorry.
fine. It wasn't clear.
The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano part around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flames.
My god.
And so it fucking goes. I hear a piano being played. I'm so sorry.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple? Ah, I think I know what he's suggesting.
You fucking better.
You think Machi could have played that part with one hand? One hand?
You only needed one hand to press that switch, and only for like half a second. You could play the piano with the other.
What? So you're some kind of piano savant?
Actually, no.
What do you know? Can't play a part like that with one hand.
Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah? You got something?
About Mr. Wright, your father. He's a pianist. Could he...
Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands. So sorry. So sad for you.
No, not really.
Huh?
That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way.
Man, how are you gonna prove whether he played it with one hand or two? You can't.
I admit it'll be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand.
How do you know that?
The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song.
No way.
Happy tomorrow.
Yay. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Here, Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand. Right before the guitar burst into flame.
Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it.
Sorry, I was like making sure I have the right section.
Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you.
I'm again obsessed with the fact that he knew someone was off cue, was really mad about it. He didn't miss Lamawar missing one of the lines, and he didn't notice this and get mad about it. I guess stuff was on fire, but like in court he's very chill. Maybe it's because he's removed from it now and he's calmed down. Anyway, we should finish this.
Sorry. As I'm sure you've realized, it's yourself, Airforehead. Realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phrase. Watch the video.
How many times is it in total that we have to see it?
We should have kept count.
Yeah, that's on us.
It is on us.
Man. How many times do we have to listen to the same thing? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
you
wish I
acknowledging
knew.
it doesn't make it better.
You're right. Enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we?
Another section.
The guitar burst into flames at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh That Night in Your Embrace." My god.
This is what people are doing on Genius. It is.
Yeah.
I'm out of drink. The alcohol has been finished.
Awesome. I can't wait to beg for you to text me just so I can get the typos.
No. That took like 3 hours, or like 3.5 hours for me to drink. I'll be fine, probably.
No, definitely. Play verse 2 again.
Oh my god! We're in
it's
hell.
over.
This is purgatory.
I will say, seeing fucking Orange clap your wall high is
There,
like
did you hear
5
it?
times funnier. It's really funny. He's so fucking orange.
He's so orange. He's so orange.
It's like a level of orange that's like, how did no one think?
I don't know.
They feel the same, true. They're clearly very different. What?
Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure.
Guy who goes irk. What's that prove?
I think you'd like to... I would think you'd know that by now.
This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses had different arrangements. It happens all the time. Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had them play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background.
You often have sheet music? Not everyone does, but like that would make it easier.
That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself.
Now ask yourselves why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer.
I mean, there isn't, but
He needed a free hand in order to press the switch.
I don't feel like yelling right now.
We're both so sleepy.
Yeah, and I'm getting the munchies. I want the rest of my Taco Bell. Order! 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 I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, quite. So, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment.
What, no comeback? I can't believe it. I did it. I finally shut him up.
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show.
It's not over. I don't like when he looks so happy.
You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. God, we're in hell. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Air Forehead.
Aw, me?
Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. Facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence.
Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see it was him.
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But...
Thousand facts might point toward the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof.
I don't get it.
I want to eat and lay down more. That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it.
I need to be taken out back and shot.
Oh no!
Does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. No, I think I think if he did, we already would have seen it a long ways back. But at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? The truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals?
Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
Yeah. Hi, Phoenix.
I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal.
So, can I get back to work now, or what? I mean, you look like I got a lot of time on my hands. But I got no more time to play pretend with this dead-weight attorney. Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that out loud. Just kind of for everyone to kind of share. I'm just gonna share with the class.
If anyone was wondering what Apollo's thinking about,
Yeah, if anyone wanted to know.
he's thinking about igniters.
You know what I'm talking about, men.
All the men out there.
Where are my boys at? Oh god.
Didn't you say the better the guitar,
The brighter it burns, Mr. Gavin, which is a really weird thing to say.
Yeah. Like, how would you know this? Yes, good guitars are. Oh, okay. Good
But,
guitars
like-
are kept dry. That's why.
True, but some bad guitars are also kept dry.
Yeah. That provides the best sound. Yeah, like.
even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there
That book
from
fucking sucks.
the very beginning.
Sorry, irreplaceable, whatever Apollo said. It just made me think about the book Irreversible Damage, that fucking transphobic book, and I was like, God, I fucking hate that book.
I don't even remember
And I got
that, but I
pissed
believe
off.
you. I might,
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
don't
called
remember. I'll look it up.
And it was like it was like kind of like top of Amazon. It was like coming from it was specifically about trans masks and trans men, and it was coming at it from the like
not violently transphobic, but instead we're just all concerned mothers and like we don't like know what to do about our daughters kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like top of Amazon for like not top, but like
No, I get
did
you.
way too
Yeah, I
many-
get what you mean. I understand.
way too many sales for like what it should have got.
No, I get you. I get you.
Sorry, that's my rant. I just turned to a hater for a second.
It's okay.
We're so fucking tired.
Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
That's so romantic.
What?
Go for it, Apollo. That my line just didn't load until now. What? And this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? It's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. Well, it's better. I'm rather fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. So, zoinked, I'm losing the accent. Air forehead. You are accusing this man, Darian Crescent, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latus and the smuggling of Virginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. This trial's already-
You're telling me,
man.
man.
Yeah, oh god, but I agree with you. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. Love to hear it. Love to know this. The one with this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud. Oh, hi, Rosie. It's the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darian Crescent.
Okay, this is really my last chance. Okay, let's recall this. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. Even though you guys asked for decisive evidence.
Huh? So what is?
It's true I couldn't show decisive evidence, and that's still the issue at hand. But perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. More testimony, which still isn't decisive evidence, which is what you want.
Yeah. You mean a witness? So not decisive evidence.
Proving his guilt is a tall order.
Yes.
But I've got
so
just
you
the
need
person to
decisive
do it.
evidence. Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt?
Phoenix Wright.
The one person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Machu Tobai. My eyes are super itchy, combined with them keeping going, and I was just like, fuck.
Your client? Again?
Machi Tobai was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darian Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latus was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Borginio, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burnt-out guitar, if it survived.
Ha! Very scientific of you.
I feel like guitars are made of very thin wood.
Thus, if Machi Tobai acknowledges his agreement with Darian Crescent, I'm changing how we're saying this word, concerning the attempted smuggling of a Borginian cocoon, the case is solved. Yes.
Darian's laughing again. Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to.
Why not?
The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. What's this all about? I forgot already. Cause God, I'm just why is he so confused every time?
You know, he's not paying attention to fuck all.
He closes his eyes and goes to sleep the minute he's off screen.
Honestly, me right now.
Me right now also.
We are so sleepy.
Oh, the substances. Like I said, we're technically together we are crossfaded in that we each did one half of it.
Yeah, that's how that
And
works.
I think that's beautiful. Yeah, we're so connected. God, I'm so fucking gone. Taking our cocoon out of the country means death in Orange. By Borginean law. Ah. Yeah, see? Our pianist really was a smuggler. Then testifying about it would be suicide.
Believe me. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. I didn't say your first name there.
What?
It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble.
Not loaded, 1 sec. How?
Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. Every time an international person comes up in these games, I'm like, well, so we're gonna let it happen. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country because we're cooler and less intense, I guess.
Because I'm like, what? But I'm like, the minute he goes, in our real actual law, the minute he went back to Virginia, wouldn't he be tried there?
I don't know.
Too?
I don't know enough.
I feel like I've heard at least at one case where
Yeah, I mean, usually I feel like you would be... I think we talked about this earlier, 10 years ago, in a different year, about how it would be more likely that there's ways that if you're in a visitor, you have to, you have to,
I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia.
And now, wrong voice. And they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today. Including the part about the Virginian cocoon. Yeah, but...
But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling it now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Borginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Also, he's 10.
Yeah, but you can't do this.
Watch me do it. I'm doing it right now.
You can't accuse me.
Watch me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? I guess it's public then. The same goes for Machi Tobai.
That's actually weird, because Machi's a minor, but I'll let it slide.
The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan?
That's a
Machi
good point. Would they
Tobai-
just prepare to fully kill a kid?
I mean, Emma and Edgeworth were both on for murder.
Oh, true.
So possibly.
Knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him. And that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling.
Oh, I hate that one.
Yeah, I don't like that he kind of jacks it off a bit.
I know he's fixing it, but it does look weird.
It just looks like
It
he's
does.
working it. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. Hidden mansion.
Who are you talking to?
Reading this shift. Reading this dialogue while high is I think I'm fucking going crazy. One house made out of cookies, or no, a house made out of pianos.
Don't worry.
Come on. I'm going fucking insane.
You're fine. It's wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
I don't like looking at that.
Wake
Well, I
up.
don't like that. I don't like that.
Ah.
I forgot he did all that personally.
I like how everyone just stands there whenever it happens and you're just like, okay. Anyway.
Jam it out. Darian. Consider that my last session with you. Figure out. Once I can bring some water.
Oh, I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession. I mean, you can't, but... Who starts doing that? They don't even need ceiling fans. Guess not.
Yeah, that's how he gets out of his that's how he gets out of his death sentence. If Japanifornia is still doing those, they can just have him be like the fan
Oh,
in the
community
building.
service.
Uh-oh, he's laughing again.
She's like, I want to go home.
There was a kind of sick desperation in it now, though.
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
Was it me?
I have
thought it was
no
you.
idea, and at this point, it does not matter.
Okay. You'll talk and tell the court everything.
I didn't want it to turn out this way. But I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Don't worry that this should be a separate trial.
Yeah, like that we shouldn't be doing right now.
We can't go to bed.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm just fucking hungry. I want to watch YouTube video and
I'm so ready
fall
to sleep.
asleep.
I'm so ready to sleep.
We're so easy.
Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know? I see no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew. From beginning, I knew. Machi. Situation I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much money.
God, I would also need some very much money right now.
Me too. Would appreciate very much money.
Yeah, we would love it even. So if someone would like to promise us
Very
a
much
sum
money.
like that, feel free to get in touch. Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence.
Which is so funny because that wasn't a thing I feel like before this game, but then Christoph had his whole evidence is everything thing, and here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is
Pretty
it the
much.
golden rule? Are you sure? I can't remember. I'm too tired.
This is the golden rule. However, it does become apparent that not all things can be tried by standard.
I truly feel like most of the time Ace Attorney games rely on testimony because I'm always like, in real life there's not this much reliance on testimony. You know, because
Yeah.
it's not super accurate.
That's why, again, like that's why a lot of investigations go on for like
Witness
months
testimony
to
is
years,
just like,
because they need to make sure they have like
yeah,
literally
witness testimony is just
everything
not
that's there.
super reliable because human memory is really weird and not super accurate, which is fine, but it just means that it's not the best thing to use in a court of law most of the time.
Yeah, like they're always there, but they make sure they have all the evidence first. Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice.
Wow, weird.
Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobai, I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latus, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
Oh, I forgot. I thank you.
Put those away.
Fucking blue eyes, scary.
I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Machito Bai.
Hot, milky.
Milky.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
God, his little outfit's so funny every time.
I know. Little like puppet boy. Court is adjourned.
Okay.
Adjourned.
Do we want to go with... wait, I think this is what really happened, is just them telling us. We have, I think, just this part. July 10th, 4:42 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Painting of the judge in the background.
I wonder what'll happen to Machi.
Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia, but he's also like 12. I guess there'll be another trial here.
All's well that ends well.
Yeah, I was like, is this one Phoenix or Llama Wah? Because she's also
I
here.
figured it was.
Daddy!
I owe you both my thanks. I don't remember you yet.
Llama Wah?
I was reading the thing. My, is something wrong?
I'm sorry. Machi was your partner on stage. Your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my own son, she says. Even now I do. Yet, something got a hold of him. Something evil. I see that. Capitalism? Like, we don't know why he needed the money.
Yeah.
He should have just asked her. She's like a famous
Especially
singer.
if like she was taking care of him at all.
She should have, like, I don't know what it
But she
was.
probably
They didn't
she
give
probably
us
has
details.
decent
but, like,
money.
you should have asked her. And I mean, it's not her fault that he didn't. But,
Yeah.
you know, I'm kind of like, hey girl, I don't know if it's evil so much as circumstance. So maybe let's not be like, oh my god, he's evil.
Yeah.
Something's evil's inside of him. Like, it sounds like it was probably circumstance. And if he had felt like he could ask for money, which he probably didn't feel, which is not her fault necessarily. It could have been. But we don't know. Like, you know. I'm just saying. And he must pay for what he has done. Again, he's like 12, 14. He's a child.
Yeah.
Is that not how it should be? Like, I just don't feel like it's that serious. I'm sorry.
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage.
Courage? The cowardly dog?
I'm considering an eye operation. Oh my god, I hate this part. Phoenix!
Actually.
Sorry, I kind of have a thing about disabled characters becoming like
Oh no, I know
not
exactly what you
disabled. Like, oh, she's a magic. Like, here's the thing: if she was a real blind person and wanted this surgery, I would support her 1000%. But she's not real. She's a fictional character, so I can say, ugh.
Yeah.
You mean you'll be able to see again?
People who are blind, who I follow on Twitter and Tumblr, because I follow a few like different like writing with disabilities things, and I have a cousin, actually, he's very little still, he's like 3 or 4, he's blind. They really hate when like media and society push the idea that being blind is like the worst thing that could happen to you. Like, she's still like living the best life she can. She's a performing artist. I don't know why they have to pretend that she has to be blind. It just, this part of Llama Wah's writing bothers me so much.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. And I feel like one of the issues is it kind of, this whole game is about like revealing things, and I feel like for some reason they tie in her being able to see into like the truth, and I don't like it. You know, like her being able to see means she knows about Trucy and Apollo again, and I don't like it.
According to the doctor.
Also, it's an asshole move of Phoenix to suggest this to her.
I don't think he would, in reality. If he was a real man in our beautiful world.
Yeah, I don't love it.
I feel like, I don't know, I understand that they tie, like, her memory to her sight, and it would be kind of hard since she doesn't know their voices or anything to access that memory, maybe, but, like, I feel like there could have been something else. There could have been some other way without
we could have done some more brainstorming.
We could have done some brainstorming, whether it's Phoenix and Lamawar talking and he mentions things about, like, the items of Trucy and Apollo, like, he describes, like, Trucy's outfit. It's exactly what she wore as Thalassa. Maybe that's what she remembers. Maybe he describes Apollo's bracelet. Maybe she feels Apollo's bracelet and recognizes the markings. Like, I could go on and on. I'm simply a better writer, I think. I'm being dramatic, but, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamora lost her sight due to some kind of accident.
An accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
Okay, shut up.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. Did you know every man has an igniter? She could feel your gaze, unwavering, and always looking straight at the truth.
But you don't, like, need vision to, like, know the truth. Sorry,
Phoenix,
I'm just being,
I'm
being mean now. We need to finish this.
Phoenix, I need to go lie down.
It's also my fault at this point.
If the light
You're
returns
fine.
to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting. I feel like I should also acknowledge that there are artists who do, like, visual arts who are blind.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out there, girl.
That's right. She's the landscape painter and sound, after all.
I did this in 999 too, because one of the characters is blind, and I was just constantly talking about the accessibility of the fucking death game.
I will paint the two of you. I promise.
Woohoo! Can't wait, Lamar.
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo.
Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what?
You reminded me I need to hurry things along.
Oh,
On my secret mission, that is.
okay. Right, your secret mission. You sound like a child.
Apollo? Trucy? I hope that we will meet again someday soon.
You bet. Me too.
It could even be her meeting, like, Valent and hearing Valent's voice or something. I'm just brainstorming here. And so,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar's serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now, really annoying. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
Have them catch the killer at the end.
okay, that's not like the hot line you thought it was, guys.
Yeah. I think they thought that sounded a lot cooler.
I wonder if it almost feels like there should be some wordplay there, so I wonder if there was something in the Japanese that doesn't translate, but
and they didn't try to think of an alternative.
they were like, we're at the end. Who gives a shit? All right, we're done. Holy shit, we can go home. Go to bed. I'm ready for bed.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you all for coming. On Monday, I'm playing more of Nancy Drew. My God, I don't know what's happening. Thursday.
How is the new game?
We had technical difficulties.
I see.
A lot of them, frankly. So yeah, Monday Nancy Drew, Thursday Zero Escape. Sorry about stream yesterday. Twitch fucking tanked. My Wi-Fi tanked. Everything tanked. We left at the worst time. I'm still upset about it. And then Friday, we'll be back here, probably. And finally, on to the next case, because we're gonna finish this game, and we're gonna play another game. I promise. We're gonna play something else, Ronnie. We have to.
We will.
We have to.
I can see the light.
All right. Thank you all for coming, and goodbye.